The NASCAR Wheel and Euro Series will return to the track in Italy in a few weeks' time at Franciacorta. There'll be plenty of racing action to keep fans young and old entertained. Oh, there was contact. They were side by side. Oh, he's been spun around. He's facing the wrong way. As we are here for the fourth round of the 2018 NASCAR Wheel and Euro Series. Well, the usual format to the weekend, it's broken into two divisions. There are 4 races over the course of the weekend. Elite 1 is for pro drivers and Elite 2 is for young and for amateur drivers. Well, Franciacorta is a modern circuit. It started to be built in 2005 and has been extended over the years into its current 2.5-kilometre format. European touring cars have been here before, but we see the NASCAR Wheel and Euro Series returning for the second time with a 25-lap race for Elite 1 and a 25-lap race for Elite 2 as well. Yesterday's race, it was the number 11 PK Car Sport Chevrolet Felipe Rebello that claimed victory, his first victory on a road course. His teammate though, which was Guillaume Dumoulin, finished in second place ahead of Guillaume de Flandre, who completed the podium. Well, as ever with the NASCAR Wheel and Euro Series, it's a real show both on and off circuit as crowds in their thousands flock to see all of the cars and all of the drivers that completed both of the divisions of the NASCAR Wheel and Euro Series. There's plenty to keep them entertained throughout the whole course of the weekend, including, of course, the 2000 Monster Energy NASCAR champion, Bobby Labonte, mixing it amongst the former champions and the reigning champion in the NASCAR Wheel and Euro Series. It brings a real American culture to every single event as we travel our way around Europe with Spain, Italy, Great Britain, France, Germany and Belgium all on the calendar. Well, here at Franciacorta there was plenty of off-circuit entertainment for the fans, whether it be driving the simulators or enjoying the fantastic stunt shows that were all there to entertain the huge crowd, including the live music, the fairground, and all of the food that was available as well, bringing a real part of America to northern Italy. Well, it was the fastest lap from yesterday's race that dictate the grid for today, and Guillaume de Flandre at the wheel of the number 24 PK Car Sport car lines up on pole position with Guillaume de Flandre in his Memphis Racing Chevy that would sit alongside. The second row of the grid would see yesterday's race winner, Felipe Rebello, line up alongside the Alex Caffey Motorsport Toyota Camry of Denny Zardo, and the third row of the grid is the Knauf Racing Ford of Paul Guillaume alongside the Cal Racing Chevrolet of Matthias Dreser. So they're on their green flag warming up lap, and well, the second race of the weekend for Elite 2 is ready to go at Autodromo Franciacorta, and as they head up towards the start-finish line, it's the number 24 PK Car Sport Chevrolet of Guillaume Dumoulin that sits there on pole position. Guillaume de Flandre is alongside. We go green here in Italy for the second of the Elite 2 races. It's a great start from the pole sitter on the charge up towards turn number 1. And Felipe Rebello looks as though he's got the inside line. He has. He's gone through to second place. Guillaume de Flandre down into third position as they carve their way through turn number 2. It's a PK Car Sport 1-2 in the early stages, but yesterday's runner-up is in the lead of the race, and yesterday's winner is there in second currently. Contact further back through the order. It looks as though Wilfried Busenna has been spun around. There's contact also. I think Tom Bonens is involved. Florian Venturi's Go Fast Racing Ford Mustang was facing the wrong way, and you can see all 3 of those cars with damage will continue by the look of things. A lot of damage to the front end of Wilfried Busenna's car, and let's not forget he is the Elite 2 championship leader coming into this weekend. So the race continues for the moment under green, and it is Guillaume Dumoulin who is out front and leading the race. We saw a win from his brother Maxime Dumoulin at Magione back in 2014 for the Italian round of the NASCAR Wheel and Euro Series, but Guillaume Dumoulin has not as yet had a win in the series, so he leads here in the early stages. Of the rest of the cars all peel their way through. You see huge amounts of damage for the number 44 car in the hands of Gilles Linster. That is a car that's got a front left puncture and has gone through the gravel trap at turn number 1. but we're still under full course green here at this stage, and battles going on down through the order. The number 3 RDV competition Toyota Camry of Ulysses Delso trying to close onto the coattails of the number 73 Knauf Racing car of Paul Guillot. Paul Guillot is under pressure as he looks to try and squeeze his way through and ahead of the car that's ahead of him. That's Mattia Dreser at the wheel of the Cal Racing Ford, and he's up the inside. There's contact between the pair of those, and Paul Guillot gets turned around as a result of the contact. He dived for a gap up the inside of Mattia Dreser. The gap was always going to close, and Paul Guillot has been spun around and is now still facing the wrong way on the exit of turn number 10, and that is going to bring about the first of our safety car periods here in Italy. So safety car back in, we're going to go green once more. Guillaume Dumouriez leading the race, and as we go green now, we head up towards the braking area for turn number 1. You can see just how tight it is, and everybody jostles for position to try and make sure they get a good run through the first of the 3 right-handers at turn number 1, turn number 2, and turn number 3 before the circuit eventually flicks left at turn number 4, and it looks as though it's been a great start from Guillaume Dumouriez. He leads the race at this stage. Felipe Rebello still sitting there in second place. Number 77 for Memphis Racing, the Chevy of Guillaume de Flandre, is there in third place, but he's got cars queuing up behind him, the first of which is Denis Ardo, the next of which is the yellow machine, which is the Cal Racing Chevrolet of Mattia Dreser. Mattia Dreser is being kept very honest indeed from Nicola Grisitano, who's come up from the 9th row of the grid at the wheel of his Racers Motorsport Ford. That's the red car with the checkered flashes to it. A great start from him. The rest of the cars just feeding their way out of turn number 7. Battles going on all the way down through the order. Wilfried Brusena still circulating at the wheel of the rather second-hand looking Knauf Racing Ford. You'd have thought that that car, with all of the aerodynamic difficulties it's going to have, and maybe a bit of front suspension damage to it, would be struggling, but he's going beautifully well, even though he's missing a fair chunk of the front of the car as they head up towards turn number 11. He's looking to try and gain further places. The championship leader coming into this weekend, you can see the damage. There goes number 46, which is Justin Kuntz, as he peels his way through and up towards the completion of a lap. And here comes Florian Venturi looking to try and mount a challenge to gain a place on the number 31 car of Francesco Parli. Nothing going there, so the light blue Race Art blue MOT car, the number 31 car, still is just ahead of Florian Venturi, trying to recover from that spin, of course, that he had in the early stages that brought about that safety car period, and he dives up the inside at turn number 10, but there's nothing going there. There's a car parked on the very exit of the corner, and that's Dietrich Syersens, and I think looking at the damage to the front end of Pedro Bonnet's car, he might possibly have made contact with a stationary car, because you can see that Brax Racing car, the blue and red machine, the Ford, dragging both the front wing and the front bumper ahead of it at this stage. We sit behind that car as we ride on board up towards the braking area for the next of the corners, so very late on the brakes, diving up the inside in towards turn number 11, so positioned gained there for the onboard camera car, but Pedro Bonnet's having none of it, and then there's damage with the tail end of his car as they come round through turn number 12, so the rear bumper dragging now as well as the front wing and the front bumper on the number 90 Brax Racing Ford. Paul Guillot going up the inside and squeezing his way through and ahead of Marconi Abreu, so a further place gained for the number 73 car there in the hands of the Frenchman. He gets himself ahead of the Brazilian, and now it looks as though Marconi Abreu is under pressure from Justin Kuntz this time. He's looking to try and squeeze his way through up at turn number 7. A great move. It's not really an overtaking place, but Justin Kuntz doesn't believe that. A great opportunity. The door was left open and he squeezes, I'm not quite sure how, but he's gone through and gained the position over the Brazilian at the wheel of the MRT Nocentini Ford. This is a great fight going on. Mattia Dreser trying to keep the car of Ulysses Delso at bay. The RDV competition Toyota Camry hounding the Cal Racing Chevy as they turn their way through turn number 7, but it is still at this stage just about and only just the Polish driver ahead of the Frenchman, and it is still Chevy just ahead of Toyota round through turn number 9 up towards turn number 10. And can Ulysses Delso squeeze his way through? Yes, he can. He's got the inside line through turn number 10. Ulysses Delso goes through and gains the position over the Cal Racing car, but I'm sure Mattia Dreser will try and fight back. The two of them absolutely together up towards turn number 11. Mattia Dreser drinks out from behind, but he's on the outside line for turn number 11, so has little choice but to tuck his way back in as they flick round through turn number 12 and up towards the completion of yet another lap. As for Marconi Abreu, well, at the wheel of the number 47 car, he's now coming under pressure from number 37, Wilfried Busenna, who at the wheel of the rather second-hand looking Knauf car is still pressing on. He's got the championship to think about, has Wilfried Busenna. He claimed a double victory in Elite 2 at Valencia, and he's locking the brakes as he tries to get right up onto the coattails of Marconi Abreu, who's having none of it at this stage. So round through 11, up through 12, the two of them go, and they are having a great little fight, as are the race leaders who've closed back in again once more. But for Felipe Rebello, he's running out of time and he's running out of options because they are on the final lap of the race. They're heading in towards the penultimate corner, and it looks as though it's going to be a debut win for Guillaume Dumouriez. His brother won in this championship in Italy in 2014, and he claims his first victory in the NASCAR Wheel and Euro Series in 2018. Guillaume Dumouriez comes through to claim the win ahead of Felipe Rebello in second place and Guillaume de Flandre there in third place. Ulisses Delso will finish in fourth ahead of Mathieu Dreza and Paul Guillot, who completes the top six. What a race for the NASCAR Wheel and Euro Series Elite 2 division. They provided great racing yesterday. We've had fantastic racing from them today here in Italy, but Guillaume Dumouriez is going to be hugely pleased, as are PK Carsport and Felipe Rebello. It's been the perfect weekend of racing for them. It's been a 1-2 for the team in both of the races, and each one of their drivers has claimed a win in the NASCAR Wheel and Euro Series here at Franciacorta in Italy. So Guillaume Dumouriez celebrates with the team, and rightly so, with his debut win.
I'm extremely happy. It's my first victory in NASCAR. I looked forward to it so long. I trained so much, and this is one of the best days of my life. You know, the feeling when you cross the finish line is amazing, and really happy. And secondly, for the team, you know, they work so hard till middle of the night. All the guys dedicated to their work. Dedicated for our victory, you know, and that makes it perfect. And then the 1-2, with Rabello yesterday and today, perfect weekend. Start row 1-2, race 1 1-2, race 2 1-2. Great, very happy.
In the Rookie Cup, it was the number 7 car of Max Bempel that took the win from the number 8 machine of Nicola Trisitano, and completing the podium was Pierluigi Veronese. In the Legend Trophy, Jerry de Vert for Brax Racing took yet another win. In second was number 33 for Michu Motors, Eric Quintal, and completing the Legend Trophy podium was number 54, Ariana Casoli. Carmen Borch-Schill claimed top honours in the Ladies' Cup. Well, there's still one more race to come here at Autodromo di Franciacorta. The fans are still hanging around, enjoying the sunshine and the atmosphere, but there's lots goes on behind the scenes to make the events happen.
We have done a big effort to enjoy our fun to come for this NASCAR weekend, and we have created some attraction for the fans to let them free to enjoy just after the race or during the race. We have organized trial show, we have balloons for the kids, we have exhibition, we have street food. We have organized everything just to let them enjoy a lot, and we have increased our effort to be sure that it will be a success also for ourselves.
And it really has been a success this year because the drivers have loved it, the fans have flocked in their thousands, and we've had some great weather, some great racing in northern Italy.
We are very proud to be in NASCAR house in Italy, because for us to be chosen from Wheel and Euro Series to be part of this event is very important for us, and we will do everything in our full to make it bigger and to be satisfied also for the people to be here, and we want to do everything what is possible, and we are proud to be the Italian track for them.
In the first Elite 1 race of the weekend, the reigning champion Alan Day claimed top honours for the 13th time in his NASCAR Wheel and Euro Series career from Fred Gavion, who finished in second place, and Gianmarco Ercoli was third, claiming his first overall podium in Elite number 1. The double former champions Anthony Kumppanen and Nicolas Lassar sitting 4th and 5th in the race, and Tomo Ferrando, the Elite 2 champion from last year, completed the top 6. The fastest lap set in the Saturday race dictate the grid for Sunday. So number 54, Alan Day, would start on pole position, and alongside him would be the number 91 Brax Racing Chevrolet of that man there, Mark Goosens. Luca Lassar, number 33, would sit on the inside of row number 2, and alongside him would be number 50, Loris Hasemans. The third row of the grid would see last year's runner-up, a double champion, number 24 for PK Carsport, Anthony Kumpen, alongside the number 3 car of Fred Gabion. And row number 4 would be the Racers Motorsport car, number 9 of Gianmarco Ercoli, alongside last year's Elite 2 winner, which was for Knauf Racing, number 37, Tomo Ferrando. So here they come, up towards the line. Buckle up, we go green for the final time at Franciacorta. A great start by Alan Day. Mark Goosens should follow him through into second place, but Luca Lassar is side by side with Loris Hasemans, who's trying to brave it out around the outside. That's not quite going to work, so the top 4 remain as they were. They've all safely made it through the first couple of right-handers, and now it's the transition from the right to the first of the lefts at turn 4 that's caused the difficulty all weekend. But already Alan Day has a couple of car lengths between himself and Mark Goosens, who sits there in second place. Luca Lassar, a double champion at the wheel of the number 33 Mavi supported Mishi Motors prepared car, sitting there in third place. Loris Hasemans is there in fourth place. It looks as though Fred Gabion is there in fifth place, and Anthony Kumpen completes the top 6 at this stage. So Anthony Kumpen losing one place when the lights went out, as Fred Gabion was able to squeeze his way through. Alan Day, though, turns his way through turn number 10, safely in the lead, looking as though he's working very hard in the early stages. Needs to be careful, though, in the warm temperatures, considering the pace he's had all weekend, that he doesn't overwork the controlled BF Goodrich tyres that all of these cars use. A big spin in the background, and that's Mauro Trione that's rotated. The number 31 car will be able to continue. Big lock break from Angelo Regaro at the wheel of the BVR Motorsport Ford Mustang as he heads in towards turn number 11. He's under pressure from Alex Graf, who's got Wilfried Brusenna right with him. Round through turn number 11, there's a tag on the back end of Alex Graf from Wilfried Brusenna, who is able to squeeze his way through and avoid the contact, but poor old Alex Jompy had nowhere to go there, so the Swede Alex Graf gets going. Retired on the side of the circuit is Fabrizio Amata, and that brings out the safety car. Very quick safety car, because we get the race back underway, and it's another good start from Alan Day, and that is Stinis Longines that's pulled the car off just as the race got back underway. He had to jink out from the pack and bring the car onto the grass, and that looks as though it is an unfortunate retirement for Stinis Longines, the former Elite 2 champion who's been going well, and his retirement of his car right on the start-finish line brings out another safety car. A brief one again, because again we get the race back underway, and again it's another great start from Alan Day, and Mark Goosens is able to squeeze his way side by side with Luca Lassar heading round through turn number 1. The Brax car ends up in second place. The Mishi Motors car is down into third position. Loris Hasemans still sitting there in fourth place. Fred Gabion at the wheel of the Toyota is in fifth place, but Alan Day is looking now to try and make a break. Each time he's got away, out has come a full course caution, and it's backed the pack up yet again. So now Mark Goosens at the wheel of that number 91 Brax car, looking to try and hang on to the position. Looks as though he's struggling in the latter stages of this race. Luca Lassar, a double former champion, having claimed the championship back in 2009 and 2010, giving him a thing or two to think about. And Bobby Labonte at the wheel of the Yako supported car is also under enormous pressure. He's trying to squeeze his way with damage to the front end of it, up the inside of Mauro Trione with a fantastic move from the 2000 NASCAR champion, and Mauro Trione looking to return the favour. Up towards turn number 10 they'll go. Locked brakes from Trione. Bobby Labonte runs a little bit wide as a result of that, and now ready to pounce as we go 3 wide this time. Up the inside is trying to squeeze the number 73 car of Wilfried Brusenna, and Mauro Trione is still not giving in. Bobby Labonte looking to try and gain a place, now having to defend by the look of things. Great racing, and he has lost a place because Wilfried Brusenna has been able to squeeze his way through, and now Bobby Labonte is still under more pressure. Brusenna trying to get up the inside of the number 31 car of Mauro Trione. Again it looks as though the door is slammed in his face as they head round through turn number 9, and Trione again locks the brakes in the way towards turn number 10. That's going to put him back under pressure up the straight in towards turn number 11. Doesn't matter where you look, there are battles going on. And this time Wilfried Brusenna locks the brakes. He's got 2 wheels on the grass. He's up the inside of Mauro Trione and takes the place away. Mauro Trione is under pressure, and there's contact made there with the number 9 car which gets rotated, which is Gianmarco Ercoli. Fantastic stuff. Rubbing is racing, and what fantastic racing we're seeing from Elite One here. Bobby Labonte finally unlocks the door and gets himself ahead of Mauro Trioni, and now Mauro Trioni has got to try and close the door. He makes a mistake through turn number 3, all over the gravel, all over the grass. Through goes the number 8 car of Dario Carzo, and that has finally released Bobby Labonte away from all of the pressure that he'd either been trying to apply to people or soak up. All of a sudden, from being in a batch of 4 cars, he's on his own. This is the battle heading up towards turn number 11 for second position. Mark Goosen struggling on the tyres. Luca Lassar looking to try and squeeze his way through. Also right on the coattails of them is the Hendricks Motorsport Ford Mustang of Loris Hazemans as well. And as they head through turn number 5 and turn number 6, the new part of the circuit, Mark Goosen is having to position the car wherever he can. There's a little bit of a bump in the tail end of him from Luca Lassar, a friendly bump just to make sure that the Belgian knows exactly where Lucas Lassar is. And they're still side by side through turn number 8, back towards single file through turn number 9. Any mistake at all from Mark Goosen, who is clinging on for dear life to second position. Luca Lassar still sitting there in third, but any mistake from him might allow Loris Hazemans to squeeze his way through, and all of this squabbling is allowing Alan Day to pull away ever more in the lead of the race. He's on for a clean sweep here in Franciacorta. Great driving by Mark Goosen, fantastic driving from Luca Lassar. He's got the better car, I would say, at this stage, but he just can't pick the pocket of Mark Goosen, who's making sure he hits the apexes on each corner, and as long as he's clean off the corners, it makes it very difficult for the cars behind to close in. And now they're all squabbling. Watch out, because it was 3 for second, third and fourth. It's now 4, because Fred Gabion wants a bit of this as well. He's beginning to close in round through turn number 2 up towards turn number 3. Mark Goosen, the blue car with the day glow flashes on it. Luca Lassar, a double champion, sitting right behind him. Loris Hazemans thoroughly enjoying this great squabble as well, and double runner-up in the championship. Fred Gabion begins to join in as well at the wheel of the leading Toyota Camry that we've got in the race. Again, there's a little bit of a nudge from Luca Lassar onto the coattails of Mark Goosen, but Rubbing is racing. They roll their sleeves up, they get back on with it once more, round through turn 8 up towards turn number 9, and Mark Goosen will be counting off the laps. He'll be listening to the spotters. He'll be dearly waiting to see that checkered flag, because he will know he has had a very busy race here in Franciacorta. But Luca Lassar is again trying to close up on him. He's quick straight away, looking to try and pounce. He moves from one side of the circuit to the other, and as they break as late as they can, Mark Goosen is really struggling in the latter stages. Loris Hazemans runs a little bit wide through turn number 11, which might allow Fred Gabion to come back at him as they charge their way over the start-finish line, and time is running out for Luca Lassar here. He wants to try and pick the pocket of the hugely experienced Mark Goosen, and as they now turn their way through turn number 1, it's still Goosen in second, Lassar sitting there in third place. Loris Hazemans now a little bit further adrift, not much, but just a little bit in fourth place, because he's coming under pressure from Fred Gabion, but you can see the advantage that all of this has built up for Alan Day, who is now the best part of 6 or 7 seconds up the road, but who's going to finish in second and third place has still not been decided. Luca Lassar closes ever more on the brakes through turn number 6 up towards turn number 7. Again, there's just a little bit of a nudge from the Frenchman onto the coattails of the Belgian, but it has been fantastic and hugely professional racing from both of these massively experienced drivers through turn number 9 up towards turn number 10. Can Mark Goosen do it here? Luca Lassar looks one way, then decides to take as wide a sweep as he can through turn number 10, and Goosen runs a little bit wide. They're going to be side by side again up towards turn number 11. Luca Lassar has got the door open here. He might be able to squeeze his way through, and he has. He's got up the inside of Mark Goosen, who couldn't do a lot about it, and it looks as though Loris Hazemans is still hanging on to fourth place despite the close attentions of Fred Gabion, but they go over the start-finish line, and what a race it was for the final race of the weekend here in Franciacorta. Alan Day claims the win, his 14th of his NASCAR career. Luca Lassar comes through and finishes in second position, taking a place away from Mark Goosen on the final lap, who finishes in third place, with Loris Hazemans in fourth place, Fred Gabion in fifth, and Anthony Kumpen completing the top 6. Well, that was NASCAR racing, that was Euro NASCAR racing, and that was pure racing here in Franciacorta. Alan Day is closing in on the records. He matches the pole positions now of Ander Villarino. He's claimed 4 back-to-back wins. The record is 6 by Ander Villarino, and now that's 14 wins. The record is 20, and that again is set by Ander Villarino. Let's head down to Victory Lane and hear from the race winner, Alan Day.
It was pretty hot in the car, but the car was fantastic. The car racing team did an amazing job, all the mechanics, everybody. I'm so grateful and thankful for that. And yeah, I'm happy. I'm celebrating now, but I'm thinking about Brands Hatch. Brands Hatch is going to be difficult, although I won there, but I know that it's not going to be easy as here. Yeah, we think forward, and I'm sure we're all going to do a great job, and I'm happy. I'm so happy. I have no words, you know what I mean? I just have no words.
In the junior trophy, Loris Hasemans finished 4th overall to claim the win from Tomo Ferrando, who was 2nd, and 3rd in the junior trophy was number 7 Martin Dubec. The challenger trophy was won by Marconia Bru, claiming the win from Dario Carzo, and 3rd in the challenger trophy was Kenko Miura. Well, that's all from Franciacorta. Join us next time at Brands Hatch.